Hey y'all, if you're new here, I am Lydia and I am originally from Illinois. I have been living in the South now for quite a while and there's some things that nobody, and I mean nobody, ever warned me about. So today we're going to talk about a few things that shocked me, confused me, humbled me, and honestly just made me fall in love with this place, even when it doesn't make sense. So if you're from the South, you're probably going to laugh at me, and if you're not from the South, you're probably going to be sitting there thinking, ain't no way. But either way, welcome back to Cajun Country Livin'. Number one on my list is the heat. And this is not a Midwest heat down here. Whenever we say that it's hot up in Illinois or the Midwest, we think, man, it's hot today. The heat down here in South Louisiana has its own personality traits. Nobody warned me that the air was gonna be wet, not humid. It's literally wet. Especially in the summertime, it's like you walk out the doors and somebody wraps you in a nice, warm, wet towel. I mean, to the point that you almost can't breathe wet sometimes. It never even cools off at night either. That was something that I was definitely used to in Illinois. If you wanted to get outside and do a little bit of work, you could wait till the evening time or even get up real early. Down here, that is absolutely not the case. And the other thing is that the South doesn't actually have 4 seasons. It's like you have summer for most of the year and then it fades away just slightly, but then comes right back. So you really only have one season that just doesn't seem as bad for a few days. Now, I think the next thing that a lot of people know is the bugs in the South. I was expecting mosquitoes. That was not going to be a problem, but I'm talking about like the flying roaches that look like they should be paying rent. Or the spiders have me questioning if I should call pest control or call a priest. One of the two. And the craziest part is that like nobody reacts. That's what's so wild to me. So sometimes I'll be like, pretty sure that's a coral snake, or the poisonous kind of snake, or I think that's a copperhead, and everybody's like, oh yeah, that's so and so that lives next to that rock over there behind that one tree. And what's even more funny is that everybody will know what we're talking about. Just wild. Y'all, in Illinois, if you saw a snake, that's like a whole story in itself. Down here, that's just a typical Tuesday. And I'm not talking the non-venomous type. I'm talking about the copperheads. I'm talking about the water moccasins. It seems like everything down here is out to get you or bite you or could kill you. One of the 3. This part of today's video is sponsored by Dutch. Between 4 cats and now 3 dogs, life stays pretty busy around here, and with that many animals, it is important to have a plan when something comes up, especially after hours or on the weekends. Now, not every pet issue needs an emergency vet visit, but you still want real answers from someone who actually knows what they're talking about, especially with a little one just like this. That's where Dutch has been a huge help for us. Dutch is a pet telehealth service that connects you with 100% licensed veterinarians at any time, day or night, right from your home. You answer a few questions, pick a time, and talk to a real vet who can help guide you in the next steps, create a treatment plan, and in many cases, even prescribe medication and ship it straight to you. With one membership, you get unlimited vet visits and follow-ups, which makes it a lot easier to stay on top of your pet's health without unnecessary trips or extra clinic fees. For busy families with multiple pets just like us, it's a real smart, convenient way to have professional support when you need it. So either scan the QR code on the screen or check out the link that's listed in the description and see if this is a good fit for you and your pets. I know Scout's really enjoying it. So thank you, Dutch, for sponsoring this video. So the next thing is everybody knows everybody. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way, but I can meet somebody and they'll be like, oh yeah, is your kid feeling better? Or how's your mama doing? Or, hey, I heard you got a flat tire last week. It's amazing the community and what people know. And if you don't show up for a few days, people even start asking about you, just checking in. A lot of people aren't actually being nosy, they just are truly concerned. I guess it's just a different way of life down here, because in Illinois, I think if I just didn't show up for something, probably be about 4 to 6 weeks before anybody started getting concerned. Now, y'all, I think that this is maybe where you Southerners are going to start making fun of me, because I thought that I knew English before I moved here. And apparently that is not the case. The South has its own dialect, its own timing, and its own language. The phrase "I'm fixin' to" has 12 different meanings in itself. I'm fixin' to could mean I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I'm fixin' to could mean I'm about to go start this, or I'm about to go start that. Or I'm fixin' to could really mean that you're fixin' to fix something. That one alone, y'all, that one alone has 12 different meanings. So y'all, I took the time to write down some of my favorite sayings that I've heard down here, and some of these are pretty stinking good. I'll be there directly. Bless your heart. That dog won't hunt. Flipping and flopping like a gut shot armadillo. And probably one of my favorites. Just like what I'm doing today. I'm flapping them gums. And we cannot forget about y'all. Never know if you're talking about one person, two people, the whole comment section. Y'all get it. Dinner and lunch are the same thing, not supper and dinner are the same thing. So dinner is at lunchtime and supper is at supper time. That one I still get kind of confused with. And lastly, y'all, this is not necessarily a saying, but you never get directions. It's never like the name of a road. It's like, go down to that first cypress tree, then you're going to take a left about, I don't know, a few paces down there. Then whenever you see that big boulder on the right, take the right. Then you're going to want to go right past that tree that fell over. Not the one that fell over to the left, not the one that fell over to the right, but the one that fell straight back. Yeah, if you keep going down that road, yeah, keep following that one. If you hit the ditch, you're too far. But if you took a right at the second cypress tree that has the one crooked branch from, that one time with that hurricane in 2012, yeah, that one that has the crooked branch from that, yeah, that's the spot. Tell me again. Can you just drop me a pin? Oh, wait, we don't have service because we're so rural. Directions are a whole nother world out here. And this one, y'all, I have definitely not picked up on, but talking slow. The first time that I ever met my sister-in-law, she actually said to me, the first thing ever, she looked at me and she said, "You are going to have to slow down." Next, we have the weather. Now, y'all already know this if you've been watching us for any amount of time, but the weather down here can change at a snap of your fingers. It is wild to me how normal it can be for us to get 6 to 10 inches of rain and nobody thinks anything of it. Same with storms, tropical storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it, we get it. It seems like right in this area, and nobody seems to bat an eye. We've done everything on our home to make it hurricane proof. We've done everything to make this thing waterproof. We've done everything possible to prepare for whatever type of weather. But whenever I tell y'all that this weather hits different down here, it absolutely does. I think that I've explained this before, but the best way that I can explain it is it almost feels like the sky is just closer to you, if that makes any sense. Like the clouds are lower. Like whenever these storms come in, they come in so fast and so strong. It's like they're literally closer to the ground. We had a storm not that long ago, and I'm telling y'all, that was wild. I really had never seen lightning like that before, and I don't know if that's all across the South, but in this general area, y'all, it gets western. Very, very western. Now down in the South, the food is religion. It's culture, it's memories, it's people. It's time to gather as a family and spend some quality time together. Everybody has their grandma's best recipe. Everybody's food is the best, and you're rude if you reject somebody's food. I think I've gained weight just from being polite. Now, my mother-in-law has 3 sons, and she told me that she instilled in her sons to never compare their wives' cooking to hers. But heck, I take it as a compliment. Being from Illinois, I'm like, if this tastes as good as Momo's, I think I'm doing pretty stinking well. Now, being from Central Illinois, I know this is not just a Midwestern thing, but Central Illinois has these things called horseshoes. If y'all ever get a chance to get one, the best place to get one is in Springfield, Illinois at Darcy's Pint. They have different sizes. So the tiny one is called a pony shoe, and then you have a horseshoe, which is a standard, and you have like a Clydesdale and so on and so forth, but they get bigger. So what it is is pretty much like a piece of bread. So you can put like Texas toast or a bun. Then you put a burger or chicken. Then you stack fries on top of that and douse the entire thing in cheese sauce. The way that I grew up with it was we did the bottom of a bun with a hamburger with fries and then cheese sauce all over the top of that. You can take some ketchup, go over the top of that, and That is a horseshoe. I am gonna do poor man's copyright right now, and I'm gonna invent the Cajun horseshoe. So if y'all wanna see that recipe and y'all want me to cook it on the channel, let me know. I was thinking maybe like some Texas toast with, I don't know what type of meat yet, so y'all let me know. And then the fries, and then instead of just cheese sauce, I was thinking maybe some crawfish étouffée over the top. Ooh, with the cheese sauce? That sounds good. Recipe for that will be coming soon, for sure. Y'all, living in the South has humbled me in way more ways than just one. Nature seems to run everything here, from the animals to the weather, the land. And if you don't adapt, you don't last. You can't rush it, you just can't control it. When I moved here, I really thought that I was gonna be prepared for everything, and I truly feel like I was not prepared for anything. The anxiety that I had when the hurricanes hit here in 2020, the excitement of seeing my first alligator for the first time, the feeling that I got when I got to help Dasher. All those emotions were something that I never expected, but have become core memories for me. The South will definitely make you work and definitely strip away any ego. But in return, it gives you grit and resilience and perspective on a life that you never thought that you would live. Y'all, the South shook me, confused me, and humbled me. But it also gave me community, slower mornings, real connection, and a life that I didn't even realize that I wanted. Now, y'all, I can't say that I miss Illinois, but what I always say is it's a great place to be from. And you know, I might have not been born in the South, but I got here as quick as I could. So if y'all are like me and you moved from somewhere to the South, drop in the comments and let me know what surprised you. Or better yet, if you're from the South and unfortunately had to move to the Midwest for some reason, drop in the comments and let me know what you missed from down here, or what about the Midwest surprised you. So y'all, thanks for hanging out with me today. This weather outside is even kind of Midwesterny today, but I still wanted to get something out to y'all, so I hope that you enjoyed this. And if y'all did, make sure to go to those comments, like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, Cajun family. Say bye, Cajun family. Say bye.